Hey there, I'm Tammy and this is All About Living, and welcome to our channel. If you're coming back, thank you so much. Tonight or today, whatever, we're gonna make beef tips and gravy. I had a special request from Beth and I'm gonna go ahead and show her how I do it. Let's get started. All right, you're gonna need about 1.5 to 2 pounds of stew meat, an onion, salt, pepper, garlic, a little olive oil or vegetable oil, whatever kind of oil you have, some soy sauce and some Worcestershire sauce, some flour, and some water, and a couple more things, but we'll get to that later. First thing we're going to do is dice up an onion, get it ready. All right, we've got a medium flame back here, and we're going to put a 12-inch frying pan. You're going to need a pretty good size saute or frying pan for this recipe. So, bigger the better. Now, we're going to let that get hot, and then we're going to put some oil in there, and then drop our onions. Okay. While that pan's getting hot, we're going to go ahead and salt and pepper our stew meat. And we're just going to dabble it all over like that. We're going to do the same thing with pepper. How much ever pepper you like on your beef tips. Okay. And then we're just going to massage that all together and make sure that that salt and pepper gets on all of them. Alright, now my meat's all good and massaged. I'm going to take this bag with this flour and I'm going to drop it in there a little bit at a time, probably about half. I'm going to close it up and I'm going to shake it to get that flour on all of my beef tips. Oops, I must have a hole in my bag. I'm dropping flour everywhere. Okay, but that's okay. All right, my pan hot? Yeah, my pan's getting hot. I'm gonna go ahead and put those onions in. Just a couple of tablespoons, just enough to saute those onions. And we're gonna drop them right on in there. Hear that little sizzle? That's what you're looking for. And I got them all over the stove. Good thing my stove's clean. I'll just pick them up. Well, maybe I will. There we go. Don't waste nothing. 2-second rule. All right, now while those are sauteing, we're going to get this oil hot, or lard. I use lard, so it is lard. Okay. And we're going to looking for we're looking for a fairly high flame. I don't know why I did that. About like that, because I'm going to turn both eyes on. Come on. You can tell it's... I turned it off. Do this again, folks. All right, now get that turned down to like a medium high, not real super high, but high enough to brown this beef. Okay, my pan's good and hot now. My grease is hot. So now I'm just going to drop my stew meat in a single layer all the way across this pan, as many as I can get in here. And you do want to shake off the excess flour, just so you don't ruin your oil. Okay, this is about all I'm gonna get in this pan right now. So, and we're not cooking this. I mean, you know, we're not frying beef. We're just browning it and, you know, searing that flour onto there, so it'll hold some of its juice. We're just moving these onions around that we're sauteing. Just making sure they're not sticking and they're not getting too overly brown. There you go. Okay, now we're just going to flip them over and brown the other side now. Okay, just a couple minutes on this side and we'll take them out. Okay, these are ready now. We're going to take them out. We're going to put them right over there with our onions. All right. One batch down, one batch to go. Here we go. All right, now let's get the next batch in. Drop them just like that. Just like we did the first ones. Okay. And that's going to do it. Okay. We're just going to give that a little stir. And right now, I'm going to go ahead and turn that off because my onions are sauteed now and I need to wait on the rest of my chips. So I'm just going to turn this eye off and then we'll come back to it. All right, let's get those flipped now. Sometimes that's easier said than done, but what needs to happen. Ugh. Yeah, this is definitely not a weeknight meal. Unless you like made it over the weekend and then put it in the fridge and then brought it back out for a weeknight, I wouldn't try to do this during the week at all. It takes too long. It is a wonderful dish, but you really do need time. Okay, my last batch, my last side, I'm done. We're gonna drop them over here with the others. All right, that's all done. All right, all my beef tips are browned, my onions are sauteed, and you remember I turned that eye off to keep them from continuing to brown. Now we're gonna turn that eye back on as soon as I can find a match. All right. It is so humid here, y'all. Look at that, I can't even light a match. All right. Now we're going to put that down on low We're going to put that pan back on there. And we're going to add a 1/4 cup of Worcestershire sauce. And a 1/4 cup of soy sauce, which I don't have enough of. Hold that thought. Now we have a 1/4 cup. And we're going to need 2 cups of water. And 1 teaspoon of garlic and whatever falls in the pan. There you go. And we're just going to give that a little stir. Just incorporate that soy sauce and Worcestershire and that garlic. And then we're going to put a lid on it. And we're going to leave it alone for an hour. Okay, my hour's up now, and we're going to get that lid off. And the last thing going in is we need to make a cornstarch or arrowroot slurry to thicken up our gravy. Okay, we're going to need about 2/3 cup of water. And a couple of teaspoons of arrowroot or cornstarch. It really doesn't matter which one. I'm using arrowroot. And you just stir that up, make sure there's no lumps. And then we'll get it over there and put it in our beef tips. All right, look at there, it got thick right before your eyes. Now it is ready to serve. All right, and at the beginning of the video, I'm almost sure I said we were going to have mashed potatoes because that's my preference. But Randy said, oh no, he'd rather have rice with his beef tips. So, since that's easier and I didn't have to peel potatoes, we're going to have rice. There you go. Alright, that's the way I make beef tips, and that's the way you can make some beef tips. They're easy, not a lot of ingredients, not really expensive, but it does take a little time. You know, from start to finish, you're looking at an hour and a half to hour and 45 minutes. So just, you know, think about that before you decide to have your beef tips. Y'all have a great day. Bye.